improving city services. And I said, vamos a tener cervezas mejor para toda la comunidad. And everybody laughed at me, and I was like, why are you laughing? So we have not yet fulfilled our promise to get better beer in the city of Newark. But we will work on that this time around, better beer.
President is a good one.
President,
yeah. Starting with a liquor license.
Gotta get you the vote.
I have to list my office.
So from scholarships to parks and recreations to new schools, construimos 5 más escuelas nuevas en nuestra ciudad. We've built 5 new schools in the city, traditional public schools. Things are changing for our children. In addition to this, actually, we expanded our summer job programs in the city. Some of you may remember a long time ago we used to have something called the Speedy program in Newark, and that has shrunk to nothing because of federal funding stopped. Mi equipo y yo damos mucho dinero en un programa para nuestros niños durante el verano. We put a lot of money in, $9 million for 9 million dollars for 8,000 summer jobs for our kids over the last 3.5 years, an extraordinary increase. So our council, through the wisdom of Councilman Bell and Councilman Gonzalez and the rest of our team, has been able to find money for programs in the city of Newark. And where there wasn't money, and hay una situación con nuestros presupuestos muy malo, pero descubrimos dinero en otros lugares. We discovered money in other areas. We were able to start raising money from private sources to bring to our city. So that's the first thing, kids and creating more opportunity. The second thing is, tú conoces, necesitamos más seguridad en nuestra ciudad, demasiada violencia en nuestra comunidad, and in el comienza, in the beginning, tú recuerdes, we had a serious problem with violent crime raising in our city. 435 people were shot during the year in which I was elected. So more than one a year. Es una situación muy, muy mala. And so what we've done, okay?
One a day.
More than one a day. I said more than one a year?
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué pasó? I'm distracted by the beautiful people here. That's what I am. So what happened was, what we decided to do was to make massive investments in public safety in our city. And so we've done, and you can see this around Newark right now. We put up cameras all around our city to give better public safety from above. We invested in police officers. The city was losing more and more police officers every year. And what we did is change that trend, and now we've almost doubled the pace of hiring, with last week us hiring yet another class of police officers, 60 police officers for our streets. And so we went like this over an 8-year period. 4 years before we came in, and the 4 years now that we've been there, getting more police officers on the streets. We invested in new cars for our city, put computers in those cars. So many things we've done to make our police department stronger. Más policía, más tecnología, más oportunidades para nuestra comunidad, para más seguridad. And the results speak for themselves. In almost 4 years, not even 4 years, we've cut the level of shootings nearly in half in our city. It's an extraordinary achievement. There's only one other city in America that's done better than us. No other city on the East Coast has cut shootings as much as we have. Overall crime, el nivel de crimen en general es más bajo, about 21% less crime in our city. Now this doesn't mean that we finished. No tenemos éxito, solamente progreso. We don't have success, only progress. But this is what you're going to get from the team that is Bell, Gonzalez, Payne, Crump, Quintana, and Booker. Is a team that has proven a track record as the best in the country for driving down crime. And we're going to continue those efforts by doing what we've been doing, which is investing in technology, investing in police, and the like. But this is not the only thing that reduces crime. We already know if you provide more education, recreation opportunities for kids, you can reduce crime. Councilman Quintana has arrived. Please give him a round of applause. You are the throne. Outstanding. We've taken away areas of our city that had abandoned buildings and are replacing them with new housing and infill housing. We've actually taken a lot of our neighborhoods and investing in streetscapes, making them nicer and look better. We're trying to raise the quality of life of our city as a whole, and we're trying to draw businesses to our city to employ our people. But more importantly than that, we're trying to build businesses from within our city. Construimos negocios de nuestra gente. We're trying to build businesses of our own people. And por ejemplo, alrededor la ciudad, there are businesses that have started from our loan fund. The council here, in their genius, created $6 million of a loan fund. We've loaned out $5 million of it already to local businesses. Hay un negocio en esta calle aquí. There's a business on this street here that was started through the loan fund of these gentlemen here. There's a businesses in our downtown, right next to the arena, a coffee company, in our downtown, restaurants on Halsey Street that have been opened up because we are looking for local people who want to start businesses and working to give them support to hire us. Especially in development, a lot of the people that are building around our city, there's a project right up the street here that's started by 2 minority women, Latino women, who have been able to get a loan fund from us to start doing work in our city. Because we believe the best way to get jobs in our city isn't just bringing in businesses, but actually creating entrepreneurs and supporting local businesses right here in the city of Newark. Okay, pregunta aquí, ladies first, entonces ahí.
We are going through a big challenge. Lost jobs, people losing their houses. If we're trying to keep our properties, we do loan modifications with the banks. And they're helping to reduce the mortgage payments. What is the city planning on doing on property taxes?
Okay, good. So 2 things. When the mortgage crisis hit, and a lot of people were threatened to lose their property, we stepped out first and created the Essex County Coalition for Foreclosure Prevention. And a lot of the banks that are now being very compliant are because our foreclosure task force brought a lot of the banks to the table and put a lot of pressure on them to work through loans. I'm actually working, my staff is working on a bank loan right now, trying to stop them for foreclosure. So we've gotten very directly involved in trying to keep our residents in their homes. Number 2, which I didn't say, is that we in the city of Newark have doubled the production of affordable housing in the city, trying to get more housing options for our residents. And some of it, again, you can see around you. We work with Bon Jovi to create housing for people with AIDS. We work with Oprah Winfrey to get housing for people who are coming out of drug addiction. We are building affordable housing all over the city. That's number 2. Foreclosure prevention, doubling the production of affordable housing, trying to create opportunities. We've now created, as I said, much improved senior citizen housing all around the city, but específicamente, la situación con impuestos, with taxes, see? Now, this is a challenge. Los impuestos en nuestra ciudad are from 3 sources. Hay 3 organizaciones da impuestos, give taxes in your tax bill. The county, the city, and your schools. Now, the county and the city have made a lot of change to either lower taxes or to stop the rate of increase. The council, in fact, 2 years we've raised taxes, but 2 years, people don't realize this or talk about this, we actually lower taxes as well. So we're going to be working to change government here to make sure we don't put more of a tax burden. Because understand this, the state right now is cutting everything. So we just heard in the paper today, the cost of New Jersey Transit's going up because they cut money to go into New Jersey Transit. They're cutting money going to the city. They're cutting money going to our schools. So this is a very difficult time to be a taxpayer. But what we're doing responsibly on the city is, we're saying that we're going to have to figure out a way to reduce the size of government. So when we walk back into City Hall, after you re-elect us, God willing, on May 11th, the first thing that these guys are going to do is take out a big knife and start cutting the city down to size. Because if we don't shrink our city, then we're going to bankrupt the city or pass it on to taxes. And that's a commitment you have from us, that we have very difficult decisions to make. And it's going to probably be the most painful thing we've all done as leaders, but we've got to try to fight to keep our city under control. But I don't want to give you illusions, because these other entities might make bad decisions. And so our voices have to be loud to keep our school taxes from going up and forcing them to make cuts as well. So as your leader, as your mayor, I'm very sensitive to taxes, because there are a lot of people hanging on by a thread right now. And if taxes go up and people pay $1,000 more a year, they can't do it. They can't make it. And I have seniors in the city who are living on fixed incomes that they really can't do it. I really want to